Hello everyone, I'm Lorcana, and today we're going to be playing some more Pixelborn. What I have for you today is Jordan Moore's second place deck from the Chicago Challenge, an Emerald Amethyst aggro deck. It's full of aggressive characters like Cursed Merfolk and Flynn Rider, as well as some card advantage in the form of Diablo, the bounce package in Madame Mims and Merlins, and just a couple of other evasive or tricky threats. Alright, I'm gonna see you in game 1. Here for game 1, playing against Sapphire Steel. On the draw. This hand looks pretty top heavy, so I'm gonna send a lot of it back. I'm gonna keep one Diablo and the Queen's Castle. There's the Cursed Merfolk I was looking for. The Inkatamatoa and play a Popsicle. Gonna Inka Churnabox Followers and play a Cursed Merfolk. The Inka Let It Go and play a Scuttle. Finding a Lucky Dime. Our turn, I'm going to ink one of these two Tinkerbells. I'm going to quest with Cursed Merfolk. Play a second one and a Churnabox Followers. And pass. This is just a really aggressive start that's going to be hard for my opponent to deal with. They Inka Baboom and play a Fishbone Quill, quilling another card, and playing another Popsicle. So they've got a pretty good start, but I'm pretty happy with what we can do, because we can quest for 5 here, and I'm going to draw a card off of Churnabug's Followers. Another Queen's Castle. So I'm going to ink the second Queen's Castle and play a Diablo. And pass. They ink a Beast. And ink something with Fishbone Quill. Play a Tinkerbell. That's a good answer into my Cursed Merfolk. But they gained quite a amount of lore. Flynn Rider, huh? Well, I think this is a pretty easy ink Flynn Rider, play the Queen's Castle, and quest for 1. Draw my card off of Diablo. They ink a Hiram. That's kind of terrifying. They play their dime. And a whole new world. Not all the blue steel decks are playing a whole new world, so interesting to see. I guess I'm going to draw 14 cards. This has never happened to me before. I have all of the cards in the world now. They sing one jump ahead. Ink something with Fishbone Quill and play another, well, a Fortisphere, another Popsicle. I'm not going to draw this time. 14 cards is enough. I don't have nearly enough ink to use all of these. My opponent is just thinking on their turn, apparently. Okay, and they pass. I go up to 10 lore. I am going to start with an Ursula to see what they have in their hand. They have 2 A Whole New Worlds. I think I'm going to take both of them, because I have another Ursula here. And then I'm going to ink a Friends. We have so many cards, we don't need a Friends. And I will quest with Diablo. And I guess I'll move in Ursula to Queen's Castle. And pass. Just keep the cards coming. They swing into the Queen's Castle with Tinkerbell. Quest with Scuttle. Play Tamatoa. And ink a Hiram so they can Lucky Dime the Tamatoa, I assume? Yep, the Lucky Dime the Tamatoa. I'll draw here. Okay, we need... I'm gonna start by shifting this Ursula onto here. Why won't you let me shift? What happened? It's not letting me shift Ursula. Okay, well I'm gonna start by singing Mother Knows Best on Tamatoa. That way it can't quest next turn. Then I'm going to quest for 2 up to 15. I will ink a Merlin Crab. I'm gonna try this Ursula again. Yeah, it's just not letting me play Ursula. So I guess I will Goat and then bounce Goat. And quest with both of my Ursulas. I'm not gonna draw. I don't know why it wouldn't let me play this Ursula. Let's see what they have. They banished my Queen's Castle. They smash my snake. I still have enough on board to win. They play an Ariel. The Inca Cogsworth. Well, their last card's Tamatoa. So I think we have this. Yep, I'm just gonna quest. And that's game 1. I will see you for game 2. Here we are for game 2, playing the mirror. On the draw. Not the place I want to be, on the mirror. But this is a pretty good opening hand. We've got Curse Merfolk into Flynn Rider into Diablo. Gonna send this rabbit back, and I'll keep the rest for ink. see if my opponent has the Cursed Merfolk. They don't. So I will ink this Pegasus and play the Merfolk. Getting out ahead when we were on the draw is a really big deal. They ink a Friends and play a Flynn. That's fine. I draw the little Pegasus right after I ink the big Pegasus, of course. I am going to ink this Tinkerbell, play my own Flynn Rider, and quest for 2. My opponent inks another Friends. Plays a Kit Cloud Kicker to bounce one of my characters. That's pretty good. And they're banishing my Cursed Merfolk with their Flynn Rider, discarding a card in the process. Instead of Diablo, I think I'm going to play out a Cursed Merfolk and a Flynn Rider. That's just more pressure. I can get the cards going when I'm ready, when I'm running low on them. They ink a Snake, play a Queen's Castle, and probably quest for 3. Yep. So I'm going to quest for 4. Going to ink... I guess I'm going to ink this Fox. And my thought was to play a Queen's Castle of my own. But I think I'd rather play Diablo and a Cursed Merfolk. Just put as much lore on the table as possible. Because we need to raise their Queen's Castle. They play a Jacques. What are they going to give Restless? Probably a Cursed Merfolk. I don't know what they targeted with Jacques. But they're banishing my characters. And moving Jacques to Queen's Castle. And Kit Cloud Kicker to the castle. Okay, Jacques targeted Diablo. It looks like. Because can I quest? No, okay. Jacques did target Diablo. So I guess I'll banish Flynn, discarding Pegasus. I'll play the Queen's Castle, and I'll quest for 2 with the Merfolk. And I guess I should ink the Merlin Goat just so I can move Diablo to Queen's Castle. So now we both have a castle, we're both drawing a bunch of cards. I'm up on lore currently. They're probably going to banish my Cursed Merfolk. They're challenging into the Queen's Castle. That makes sense if they have a Fox. Yep. have another kick cloud kicker, so our lore advantage is really going away. I'm gonna start by questing with my merfolk. I'm going to play a fox, bounce my merfolk. I'm gonna challenge, I guess, Jacques, since that's what's at the castle. Then I'll ink Pegasus and play a Diablo. I think that puts my board in the best state this turn. We trade off foxes. Interesting use Tinkerbell this turn. I guess it's just getting it on the board. That makes sense. Because Tinkerbell kind of turns off my Diablo. I think I'm so far behind. I'm trying to figure out how I get out of this. I think I quested Diablo because I just need cards. And then I play these three. Start with Ursula. They have a Diablo in hand. I'll play Merfolk. And I'll play another Diablo. And pass. I'll draw my cards that they gained off Queen's Castle and for turn. Fox. Fox is what I'm looking for. They play an Ursula, they get to take my friends. They go questing. Okay, I need to answer a lot here. Let's start by questing with Curse Merfolk, because that's 100% happening. Then they have 9 on board. I can get rid of 2, 3. Okay, I can play Crab. Give a bonus to Diablo. Diablo trades with Tinkerbell. Fox. Bounce the Crab. Give the bonus to Madame Mim. Madame Mim can challenge the Queen's Castle. And now I still have to answer Kick Cloud Kicker, so I have to send my Diablo into Kick Cloud Kicker. And Ursula can quest. That's the best I could do. It bought me another turn. Unless they have a goat. They're probably going to banish it, looking for a goat. And they find it. It was a really close game, but they just had a little bit... They were able to answer my Queen's Castle, and I couldn't answer theirs until the very end. Alright, well, I'll see you for Game 3. Here we are for Game 3, playing against the Bucky deck. Emerald Steel. On the draw. So we have... They don't have... they do have a bunch of songs. This Pegasus isn't doing... It's a turn 1 play. I think I'm just going to send the rabbit back and see what we can find. Another Flynn. The Ink and Aladdin and pass. Second Pegasus we don't need, so I'll ink a Pegasus and play a Pegasus. They pass without inking. Bizarre. I will ink a Tinkerbell and play a Flynn and quest for one. Let's see what they do on this turn. Do they just mulligan to a whole bunch of uninkables? That's what it's looking like. Let's take a look at that hand. Yeah, it's just all uninkables. Wow. They thought that if they could get a second inkable, hidden Inkcaster would get them there. This is a very different deck than I was expecting. Robin Hood's, Prince Philip, your heroes gain ward. To one damage, damaged. Robin Hood quest, ready this item. Okay, gonna take a whole new world. I am going to ink another Ursula. And I'll quest for 3. I hope they draw an inkable, because I want this to actually be a game. There we go. Unfortunately for them, it's probably going to be too late, because I'm going to quest for 4. Then I'm going to ink a Flynn and play a Queen's Castle. And my guess is that's going to be too much for them. I've got 6 lore on board. That's just 2 turns. They ink an Inkcaster. Play an Aladdin. We go up to 10. I'll quest with everyone. They can banish Ursula, that's fine. I will ink a Kit. Play a Diablo. And play a Pegasus. I guess that plays into grab your swords pretty badly, but they ink Robin Hood and play a Robin Hood and another Robin Hood. They challenge my Flynn, but even then I still have 6 on board. Yep. So that was a quick game 3. My opponent never took them some time to hit their second ink. But we'll go on to game 4. Game 4 against Ruby Amethyst. I like that we're getting to play against a whole bunch of different decks. See, this hand has the 1-2-3 combo. And has Inkables and a Mother Knows Best. Yeah, I'm just going to keep this hand as it is. I could maybe send that Mother Knows Best back, but I feel like it's a good thing to do on turn 4. My opponent inks the snake and passes. I'm going to quest with Curse Morvoke, ink a snake, and play a Flame. If I had a second 1-drop, I would have played Curse Morfolk and another 1-drop, but getting the Flynn is more ink efficient. Here I will ink this Tinkerbell, play Diablo, and quest with both my characters. They can banish my merfolk at the expense of a card from their hand. They have Brawl for my Diablo. Okay, that's good for them. It looks like they are challenging my Curse Merfolk. So here, I think I play Friends. I ink this Ursula, play another Merfolk, and quest with Flynn. I've thought about Cloud Kicker bouncing the Cusco, but I think drawing the cards and getting the extra ink was worth it. What did they ink? They inked the Queen's Castle, okay. And they have Peter Pan's Shadow. So they have the answer for any future Diablos. They chose to banish my Flynn. I am going to... Gonna quest with my Curse Merfolk. Gonna ink Flynn. I'm gonna Cloud Kicker the Cusco. Since Peter Pan's Shadow has Rush, it seemed less imperative to bounce that. They ink a Sisu. Play the Cusco back down. Brawl my Merfolk. Okay. Well, we just keep drawing Merfolk, so I'll play it. I'll also play the Diablo. And I'll just quest with Kit. We're only going to get one card off this Diablo, but that's fine. It'll get us one lore and one card. Two cards, technically, because it'll trade for one of theirs. Let's draw some cards. Play a Flynn. Ink an Ursula. Quest with Diablo, quest with my Merfolk. Pass. Draw my card. Rabbit, that's good. That'll keep the cards coming even after Diablo goes away. Okay, the Goofy trades for the Diablo. They play a Maleficent. And they're gonna banish the Merfolk. They realize they're under enough pressure. And they quest for 2. Well, I'm gonna start by playing my Rabbit. Jacques is interesting. Gonna ink Pegasus. Gonna quest with Flynn, up to 16. Gonna play Jacques. I'm gonna give the Shadow Reckless. And pass. Choosing to give the Shadow, either of the, in all 3 can just banish Flynn for free. Well, except for the card. But Peter Pan's Shadow quests for 2, and this is getting to be a tight race. quest with Maleficent, bounce it with the snake, and then probably replay it. Nope, just sink it. We've got another shadow. Okay, I'm gonna quest for 3. Gonna play. Let's see, what do they have? They have 6. So all I need to do is Mother Knows Best, a shadow, and play a castle, and that should be enough. Yeah, even a goat doesn't get them there because I bounced a 2 lore character. If they draw Maui and Shadow could banish Castle. Fox or Snake could banish Rabbit. But they can't banish Jacques then. They pass and they concede. That's it for Game 4. We're 3-1. I'll see you for Game 5. Game 5 against Emerald Steel again. We have the winning record locked up at 3-1. Let's see if we can get the 4-1. This hand has a 1 and a 2. So I'm going to send back Rabbit, Pegasus, Rabbit and Pegasus. An Ursula and an Ursula. Well, I don't need 2 Ursulas. I'll play my Merfolk and pass. They have a Pegasus on 1. I'm gonna ink my Tinkerbell, play one of my mini planes, and quest. So next turn I could Friends, and that would take up my entire turn. Or I could Ursula and try to protect my characters by taking a song. And that's sounding better to me. Looks like they're banishing my Merfolk. Just another Ursula. I'm gonna start with the Ursula. Yep, take the Let the Storm Rage On. Quest with Flynn. And ink the other Ursula. The Ink Beast. Play a Diablo, I assume. Yep. And do some questing with Pegasus. Another Curse Merfolk. So I think that means I Friends, since I can also play a Curse Merfolk. Ink one of these Flins. Play a Merfolk. Quest for 3. They move all of their characters to the Cove. That's good for me that they're not adding to the board this turn. Sure, they can banish my Ursula and my Flynn. We're getting Aladdin out of their hand. So here, I could have 5 ink by inking the goat and play Jacques and Flynn Rider. I don't know that that's especially good. I guess getting 4 lore of characters on board is pretty good. Because we're going to go up to 9. I'll ink this. You know what? Right now, their characters are so powerful, I'm going to ink the Queen's Castle. I think it's weaker right now. I'm going to play Flynn Rider. I'm going to play Jacques. And Jacques is going to give... Doesn't really matter. One of the damaged Pegasus. Reckless. So they get to banish my merfolk at the cost of a card. They play another Diablo. Okay. And Strength of Raging Fire my Jacques. Oh no, my Flynn. Well, I will quest with Jacques, if that's what I can do. And I'm just gonna play out... Gonna play out the Flynn. They have an overwhelming board presence. We're just gonna try to find our way across the finish line. Fox is good. Gonna quest with Jacques. Up to 13. Goat up to 14. Pass. If this goat survives, we can Fox bounce the goat. We can't Fox bounce the goat because they have a sudden chill. They play the 1/3 Flynn Rider. They're going to banish Jacques, finally. They realize that I'm getting too scary lore totals. We draw another Fox, that's good. I'll quest with my goat. Up to 15. Fox, return goat. Up to 16. I think we've threatened the Cove. It's 1 less lore next turn, but the Cove is actually quite annoying. They play another Pegasus. And shift to Pegasus. Are they going to banish my Fox? So here I can banish Hidden Cove, and that will banish 2 Pegasus. Then they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that keeps me in the game. Play a goat up to 17. Ink and Ursula. Pass. They can quest up to 19, and we just have to draw a snake or a fox. Or a goat. Unless they have Strength of Raging Fire. That'll put me up to 18, so now we have to draw a goat. Oh, but they're going to banish the fox. Yeah, this one looks like it just snuck out of hand. I'm sure I could have played this better. Ursula's not going to do it, so I will concede, and I'll see you back at the deck. Alright, so that was a 3-2 performance with the second place Emerald Amethyst aggro deck. I do not think I played this as well as I could have. I think this is a very hard deck to play. And making the decisions was just not something that was easily coming. I don't understand the Ursula Sea Witches. Granted, the one time I tried to cast it, it wouldn't let me, but I still don't think I quite understand the Ursula Sea Witch. I feel like I would rather have more Pegasus Cloud Racers, another Kit Cloud Kicker, but I am not the person who got second place in the challenge last weekend. So I will assume that this deck is built correctly. And I might give it another try at some point, you know, really try to learn the ins and outs and figure out what you're supposed to play when. Because I always took a pretty aggressive line, but this does have the bounce package, so I'm sure a slower line is in there too. Well, anyway, I'm Lorcana. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please give it a like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, or have ideas of what I should do once Pixelborn is no more, please leave it in the comments below. Have a good day.